I'm Josh, registered migration agent with Immigration Gurus. We'll set you on the right visa path and make your Australian dream a reality. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with everything you need to know about Australian visas. In my last video, we looked at what the FNQ DAMA is. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing 5 things that you need to know about the FNQ DAMA. The Designated Area Migration Agreement, or DAMA, is a formal agreement between the Australian Government and a regional or state or territory authority, and it provides access to more overseas workers than the standard skilled migration program does. The first thing that you need to know about the FNQ DAMA is where it covers. The FNQ DAMA covers an area between Cassowary Coast in the south and Torres Strait in the north. This includes Cairns and its surrounding towns, including Aplin, Cape Tribulation, Cooktown, Daintree, Innisfail, Port Douglas, Thursday Island, and that's just to name a few. The full list of postcodes is available on our website. The link will be in the description box below. So if you are a business or employee in the area, you may be able to use the FNQ DAMA to your benefit. The second thing you need to know about the FNQ DAMA is that an employer needs to be approved. An employer or a sponsor that wants to sponsor an employee under the FNQ DAMA needs to be operating within the FNQ DAMA region. The business will also have to become an approved business by making an application to the Cairns Chamber of Commerce, or the DAR. The DAR stands for Designated Area Representative. Once the DAR endorses the business, they can make a labour agreement request and lodge a nomination application to be assessed as to whether the business and occupation meets the set criteria as outlined by immigration. The third thing you need to know about the FNQ DAMA is that you must have an occupation on the list and the skills to match that occupation. The FNQ DAMA occupation list consists of 164 skilled and semi-skilled occupations that are available for you to be sponsored in. There are skills that you are required to have to meet the criteria for the FNQ DAMA. The agreement outlines the skills, qualifications, experience, employment background, and skills assessment requirements for each occupation. To simplify this, each occupation on the list has been placed into a group. There are 8 skills groups under the FNQ DAMA. Each group provides the skills, qualifications, experience, employment background, and skills assessment requirements for that group. For example, Group 2 on the FNQ DAMA list, which includes occupations such as cook and chef, require the applicant to meet the skill level as defined in ANSCO and have at least 1.5 years of 20 hours per week relevant employment experience if they're applying for the 482 or 494 visa, or have at least 1 year of 5 hours per week, so full-time, relevant work experience if applying for the 482 or 494 visa, and a skills assessment will only be required if it's mandatory under the standard 482 program. So through TRA list, countries such as China or India must have a skills assessment mandatory under the DAMA. This clearly shows a reduction from the standard 482 or 494 requirements, making it much more attainable for potential applicants under the FNQ DAMA. Number 4. The FNQ DAMA provides an increase in the maximum age allowed to apply for a 494 or a 186 visa. This age concession has been broken down per occupation depending on the skill level. For a 494 application, the upper age is now 48 or 53, depending on the occupation. And for the 186 transition pathway, the upper age limit is now 50 and 55 respectively, again depending on the nominated occupation. The fifth and final interesting FNQ DAMA fact is that getting sponsored through the FNQ DAMA will increase your chances of becoming a permanent resident 96% of the occupations provide a permanent residency pathway option. If you are a business operating in Far North Queensland or are an employee that has been offered a job in Cairns or the F&Q region and you have a question about the F&Q DAMA, leave a comment below or get in touch with our team by clicking on the link in the description box below. I'm Josh from Immigration Gurus. Until next time, have a great week.